Hello RC fans, welcome to Sean's RC and please subscribe. Now today I've got a mystery unboxing on a Tamiya RC car that I've wanted for so long, man. I've wanted this car for about 30 years, but then as we know, sort of Tamiya went dead for a long time, and then in the last few years they started re-releasing cars again. And I was out of the hobby for a long time. Now I'm back into the hobby, full on back into the hobby, and this is one of my top two Tamiya cars I wanted to add to my collection, along with the Hornet there is my favourite. Now I've got my Rising Fighter, which I'm going to get going. I'm going to get a setup there, a radio, transmitter, ESC, whatnot. Might put a sport motor in it. I'm just waiting for some bearings to come for that. But anyway, this is the car that I got today, and I'm so excited. I've wanted this car for so long, and I can't wait to add it to my collection. I haven't even had a peek at it yet. And here it is. Boom! Oh man, that looks so good, doesn't it? The Midnight Pumpkin. I've wanted this car for so long. I can't wait to build it. I did think about buying the semi-assembled kit, just having it because I wanted it as a shelf queen. But then I thought to myself, nah, I'm gonna buy one of these and I want to build one. So I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to get into the build. Probably won't be for a little while because I've got a few other projects that I've got to do first. But man, look at that. Big old Midnight Pumpkin wheels, and this is the black edition as well, so you get a body that's already painted. I'm actually not sure whether the standard pumpkin comes with a painted body or not. I don't think it does. I think you have to paint it. So that is so cool, man. And I also ordered that. It was a Tamiya screwdriver. You find that a lot of the time with Tamiya things, it's hard to find a screwdriver that actually fits their products really well. So I bought this to make building the kits a bit easier. There's actually 3 sizes you can get: small, medium and large. This is a medium. They didn't have any larges, otherwise I would have ordered one of them too. But yeah, this is going to be a good kit to build. I can already see all the chrome there, bumper, and the little fog lights that go on top of from memory they go on top of here. It's even got a sunroof there that you've got to put in. But yeah, what a good looking car, eh? I mean, this to me is an icon. You had this, and then you had the Tamiya, the lunchbox as well, which is basically the same car with a different body. I think everything's the same with the lunchbox and that, but I've always liked the pumpkin, the look of the pumpkin. I quite like the chrome one too. I wouldn't mind getting one of them in the future to add to my collection, but man, that is so cool. Man, it looks sick. That looks absolutely sick. And that's what it looks like inside the box. Everything is laid out really, really well. This must be like your I'd say your motor and your gearing and stuff all in there. What did I do with my knife? I'd say that this is your 540 motor and stuff. Wonder if it probably doesn't come with an ESC. The old yellow mags that go on the tyres. That's always fun, trying to put the rims inside tyres. But see, this one, like, compared to my last kit, everything is, look, it's all your screws and that are labelled out in good parts bags. So it makes it all easy. You've got your gearbox, you know, differential gear your shocks and everything. It's all in one thing. Like when I built that Rising Fighter, it wasn't like that. It come in big parts trees, and I think there was only 2 different bags that came with all the screws and the parts for like the shocks and everything. Good old tin can Tamiya 540. So this one looks, you see number B with all your screws, so this is going to be a lot easier to build. Man, that Rising Fighter was cool, and it was a little bit of a challenge, like just trying to find everything for it, the way it was designed, the way it was laid out and stuff. So this I've got to do at some time. Planning to sort of keep it for a rainy day, but man, I don't know. I feel like getting into it already. So it just looks so sick, and I can't wait to have it sitting on a shelf somewhere. Absolute iconic car. Everybody needs a Midnight Pumpkin in their collection. Hey, it goes without saying. And you know, it was either Midnight Pumpkin or the Lunchbox in this range, and different people had their preferences. I always preferred this beast, but I like the Lunchbox as well, and I will get a Lunchbox and add it to my collection as well at some stage. But I've got a few other little bits and pieces that I need to do, a few jobs and that on some of my other RC cars. What I'm actually doing at the moment is I'm building I've got a spare bedroom now that one of my older children have moved out and gone out flatting on their own. So I've got a small room that's come up spare, so I want to make that into an RC room. And as you see, I've got my workbench here. I've also got a shelf over there with different RC cars on it, and so I just want to make an RC room. Yeah, so I can just go in there and I can work on my cars or what have you, and have a space. I might put a little TV in there as well. Well, there's already a TV in there, to be honest, on the wall, a smaller one that I can watch YouTube or listen to music while I'm building my cars or fixing my cars. But I've got one coming from China, which is a WL Toys little monster truck, and I like reading a lot of it's a really, really good car, 4-wheel drive, really, really fast in it, but a lot of the time they don't come with enough diff oil in them. So when I get that, I want to make that my next project. I'm expecting that very shortly, and I want to pull that apart and make sure that I pack it with grease, because they'll last for a long time. They're quite good cars, you know, some of those Chinese cars. Pack it with grease, make sure I'm not going to wear out any of my gearbox or anything. And so that's my next priority. And then probably getting into this, but it just, man, it looks so sick, even in the box. You know, just leaving it in there for a little while, but I'll get into it. $246.90 New Zealand that cost me. I truly believe that these cars are going to be hard to come by soon. A lot of the other Tamiya kits already are. These ones, I think, they're very popular, them in the Lunchbox. I think I'm going to get the Black Edition Lunchbox. I think that's going to be another one that's going to be hard to come by, so my advice would be able to go out and pick yourself one up. If you're a real avid collector, you could pick 2 of them up, leave one in the box and build one, or you could buy one in the box, keep it, and then get an expert semi-assembled one to have if you wanted to display one, or if you wanted one to run. But yeah, they're a great car, great fun, and this is where RC cars all began. It was cars, there was always the racing cars like Tamiya type ones in their time that were quite popular, but it was cars like this that made RC really popular. You know, you see the kid down the road with one of these, or a Lunchbox, or a Clodbuster, or a Blackfoot. You know, it was these monster trucks that really built a huge following with RC cars in the 80s and kicked it off for all these other brands to come out and start getting into building them, like Kyosho and Schumacher and Team Associated and all of them. But this is like the grandfather of RC cars, these kind of cars, the Lunchbox and those Tamiya monster trucks. Anyway, that's my video for today, and yeah, I just encourage people to get into the hobby, have a lot of fun building these cars. You learn a lot as well, you know, when you build it from the ground up. All comes in just a bunch of pieces. You get to know the car inside out, so if something goes wrong with it, or you know how to fix it, and it's just great fun building them. But anyway, I encourage everybody to get into the hobby, no matter how old you are. You know, I'm not a young man. I'm in my late 40s now, but I've got back into the hobby after many years. And, you know, when I have grandkids, I think I'll be a pretty cool granddad. You know, come over to my house and there'll be RC cars and drones and stuff. You're never too old. And who cares what people think? That's the thing. You know, who cares what people think? As long as you're out there having fun and you're not hurting anyone, you know, it's a positive thing. Okay, thank you. Take care.